In this video from Japan, a man is riding his bicycle on the way home when something unexplainable happened. As he turns to the corner, he almost stumbles a woman in the street. But when he checks back, it disappeared into thin air. Confused, he just continued on his way, when something very frightening followed him. Did you see it? As the man parks his bicycle and removes his helmet, a disfigured woman suddenly appears behind him, seemingly staring at him. Here's the full video and let me know what you think.
Disturbing things caught on camera, part 1.
We were helping our friends celebrate moving in when we noticed.
You just moved in? Sorry, time to move out. That's a demon. That is a full-on demon. Like and follow for part 2.
Uploaded to YouTube by user AndaPavaPE, a channel full of scary paranormal videos, this footage was captured in yet another haunted house. Located in Eberstadt, Germany, this property has an interesting and eerie past. The home's owners claim to have seen strange shadows, heard scary sounds, and even witnessed objects moving by themselves. The investigators begin their search of the property in an attempt to capture any evidence of paranormal activity, and it's not long before their equipment starts to register some strange things.
Oh.
Several ghostly whispers can be heard. However, what the team manages to capture next is sure to send chills down your spine. As the group attempt to communicate with any spirits present, it appears as though a ghostly hand of a child reaches out and attempts to touch one of the investigators. It seems to materialize out of the darkness, then disappear without a trace. As there were no children with the team, nor were there any present in the house during the time of the investigation, it's easy to conclude that the hand must have belonged to something not of this world. This is certainly one of the creepiest videos we've seen yet, and does appear to show something supernatural. But what do you think? Have these paranormal investigators actually managed to capture the ghostly hand of a child? Or could there be another explanation for this mysterious footage? Love to get your thoughts on this one in the comments section below. So are the handprints just leftovers from one of the arts and crafts sessions? If so, then how do you explain the partially visible head and torso? Love to hear your thoughts on this eerie photo in the comments down below. This video, uploaded to the YouTube channel XXII Snip3DIIXX, begins in a similar way as the fake talk show Jinn previously shown. Featuring a chic healer, the man appears to be fielding calls from the public. A woman calls in, detailing an odd occurrence in her life. However, just as she's speaking to the sheik, her speech becomes strained and she claims she's no longer able to speak.
Also, when people... I'm sorry, I can't speak no more.
The sheik apparently takes this woman seriously and begins to recite a prayer in order to heal her.
Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah. Allahumma la sahla.
She apologizes and continues telling her story, almost as though nothing has happened.
I'm sorry about that. But when I'm doing Salatul Istikhara,
However, her story appears to be the background of her potential possession. Recounting her jinn possession, she thinks of her jinns as her penance for avoiding a court date. She believes the jinns are saving her from acting out and going to court in order to testify against a friend. She thinks she must suffer the jinns for the wrong she has done. Laughing maniacally, the woman prompts the sheik to continue his healing efforts. The woman continues to cry out in pain as the jinns fight against the sheik's noble healing efforts. At around the 4:10 mark, the healer attempts to clarify that a magician sent the spirit into the woman to block her from going to court.
A magician or somebody send this jinn to block you to speak or to go to court.
And it's at this point that one of the more chilling moments of the video occurs. The woman laughs and repeats the word block.
yes, blocked.
While it's hard to ascertain whether this talk show is legitimate or not, the sheik's responses do appear to be genuine. This, coupled with the eerie and sinister laughs of the caller, one can't help but feel they've witnessed something paranormal. That is until this happens. This scary paranormal video, posted to Reddit by user BlackKnight117,000, was captured on CCTV somewhere in Mexico. The camera, positioned outside of a Costco wholesale grocery store, shows the parking lot and the street nearby. Suddenly, a wispy white figure can be seen walking down the otherwise deserted street. It appears to move with purpose in a straight line along the curb before exiting from the camera's view. In an attempt to explain the mysterious footage, one of the viewers suggested that it was possible the Costco had been built on the land of another, much older building, and that the wandering ghostly figure was somehow linked. Whatever the reason for this figure's sudden appearance, one thing is for sure: it's easy to see why so many viewers believe that this is a real ghost caught on camera. Another ghost that would go on to inspire the imaginations of writers of the time, the supernatural cases surrounding the Cock Lane ghost have intricate origins. William Kent of Norfolk would marry Elizabeth Lynes in the mid-1750s. The start of a loving relationship, the couple's bliss was nevertheless short-lived. The direct result of Elizabeth's difficult pregnancy was the arrival of her sister Fanny, who would capture Kent's attention after Elizabeth's untimely death during childbirth. Having stayed on past Elizabeth's passing, the couple would soon fall in love. However, a happy ending was not on the cards for the couple, who were forbidden to marry due to the church laws of the time. In order to escape the constraints of their former lives and Fanny's disapproving family, the couple would eventually take refuge in the home lent to them by one Richard Parsons of Cock Lane. Kent began their new life on Cock Lane by first lending Parsons a sum of 12 guineas, which would seemingly seal the couple's fate. As the couple couldn't be considered legitimate by society, Kent was forced to attend social functions without Fanny. While he was away, Parsons' own daughter Elizabeth would keep Fanny company. During these nights, the two would hear eerie scratching and knocking sounds on the walls, While visiting the home, a neighbouring landowner by the name of James Franzen claims he saw a pale white figure ascend the stairs of the house, then disappear completely. Upon his return, Kent would attempt to get to the bottom of the odd noises, only to be convinced of the presence of a ghost nearby. The couple would continue to be plagued by the presence of the ghost through Fanny's own unfortunate passing, after what was initially thought to be a bout of smallpox. After Fanny's passing, a few key events would coincide with one another, leaving some room for doubt as to the actual origin of these events. The Cock Lane ghost would continue its haunting, while Parsons would continue not to repay Kent, leading to a lawsuit. Some believe the spirit of Fanny also began haunting the house, banging on the walls and making noises in an attempt to reveal what really happened in her dying moments. During this time, Parsons would enlist the help of a local preacher familiar with supernatural cases in order to communicate with what he believed to be the ghost of Elizabeth, Kent's first wife. Through a series of knocks, the pair would soon believe the ghost to be that of Fanny instead, who it turns out had actually been poisoned by Kent, with the initial ghostly visit thought to be Elizabeth's attempts to warn her. What would follow would be a massive trial and seance, upon learning the ghost followed Parsons' daughter Elizabeth. During this time, the ghost was judged to be a phony and an act on the part of Parsons' daughter Elizabeth in an attempt to harass Kent. While the murder case against Kent would be dropped, the legacy of the Cock Lane ghost would go on to inspire the likes of Horace Walpole and Charles Dickens alike. The best and most enjoyable theory thrown out there is that what we're seeing is a man teleporting on live TV. Perhaps he's a time traveller on an important mission to alter our timeline. The clip, which was uploaded to Twitter by Sitio Paranormal, appears to show a strange misty shape appear out of nowhere. It drifts for a few seconds, then disappears altogether.